Hello and welcome to KSAT News Now. I'm here with the wonderful, the dapper.
Oh, the dapper.
Stephen Cavazos.
Well, I'm here with the lovely Miss Erica Hernandez. Our second time doing KNN. They liked us so much they asked us back for it.
Why not, right?
Why not?
We're a good time.
We are. Yeah, and RJ's still out, so of course it's kind of been a little bit of the shuffling of the deck here.
Such a hard job right now.
He
covering
does.
South by Southwest.
I know. He's had amazing stories, though, and it looks like he's having the time of his life. So he'll actually be back a little bit later this week. But good to be with you today. We have a lot of stories to get to.
We do have a lot of good stories to get to. We have a good show planned for you today. We are talking the ever-changing weather forecast. Justin will be here a little later to tell us what we can expect. As we've got to get those jackets out again.
It's been a little bit of a roller coaster, and of course we're going to talk about Texas Lotto as it reaches the game's largest jackpot in more than 12 years.
You bought your tickets yet?
No.
Gotta get to it. We gotta get to it.
I need to get to it.
Yeah. But first, the special prosecutor in New Mexico who first brought charges against actor Alec Baldwin for the Rust shooting is now stepping down.
Yeah, that's right. Baldwin is one of the two charged in the deadly accidental shooting of cinematographer Helena Hutchins during filming.
Andrea Reeb is the prosecutor, and she released a statement saying her entire focus for the decision is to bring justice for the victim, and the best way to do so is by stepping down so the prosecution can focus on the evidence and the facts.
Baldwin's lawyer already filed a motion last month to have her removed. They argued for her to be disqualified since she also serves in New Mexico's House of Representatives.
So this is an ongoing story. We've it was a few weeks ago where those charges did come out. He was officially indicted. So it'll be interesting to see how this case moves forward. I'm assuming they'll have another special prosecutor kind of pick up this case and continue it into the court system.
Right, and this has definitely been making a lot of headlines. I've been reading just some stuff here from the Associated Press. Reeb had said in a statement on Tuesday that she will not allow questions about my serving as a legislator and prosecutor to cloud the real issue at hand. And I know a lot of that, as we've discussed, is just the handling of the gun is obviously what's in question here. So we'll have to see how that turns out.
Yeah, so I guess they felt, and she felt as well, that her stepping away was probably the best thing for this case. So again, we will see how it kind of moves forward. As another special prosecutor, I'm sure will pick this up and continue with how it will play out in the court system.
And I'm sure we're going to continue to follow that as well. But here in Texas, a federal judge is hearing arguments today in a high-stakes court case that could threaten access to abortion medication. Yeah,
so Judge Matthew Kazmarki, I think that's how you say his name, is weighing a lawsuit from Christian conservatives aimed at overturning the Food and Drug Administration's more than 2-decade-old approval of the abortion pill mifepristone.
The drug, when used with a second pill, has become the most common method of abortion in the U.S. Now, legal experts have warned of far-reaching consequences if judges begin second-guessing FDA decisions on drug safety and effectiveness.
Yeah, today's hearing is the first in this case, and there was little advance notice of today's hearing. The judge told attorneys that he would delay the filing to minimize threats and possible protests. He also asked lawyers not to disclose the date of the hearing.
And such actions by a judge highly unusual because court proceedings are almost always open to the public. And I know you're very familiar with a lot of the court proceedings.
Yeah, this is usually an open court situation where the public is allowed, media is allowed. This is kind of not a good thing, in my opinion, for this judge to be setting these rules in this way, saying, hey, we're going to kind of keep this quiet because we don't want people to hear about it. He says to minimize protests, but it's still an open court.
Right.
You should still be allowed to get in. And I feel like this is not a good sign for those who are against this proceeding or him ruling in favor of this conservative group. I think he's kind of already showing where his lines are.
Right, and I know this is something that both sides of the issue are going to watch very closely following the reversal of Roe v. Wade last year. So I can't believe we're talking about almost a year later that we're still seeing this issue still play out. But it is a very polarizing topic, and we know that will be watched closely by both ends of the spectrum there.
So just to kind of give you an overview, he will hear arguments, and then a ruling won't be made today.
Right.
It's just hearing arguments, and then at a later time he will release that ruling, and that's when I think people will be watching. It's one of those things where you kind of wait and see.
Right, but it could come at any time after those arguments are made. So, yeah, we'll be watching closely.
And we'll be following this one as well. Now, back here at home, a man is in custody after leading law enforcement in a chase that ended in a standoff But shots fired.
Scary stuff. According to police, the chase happened after officers attempted to stop a man with a felony warrant for domestic violence.
The suspect evaded police while a woman was inside the car with him. Now, law enforcement was able to track that man down. The woman was able to get out of the vehicle. Meanwhile, if you see in this video here, the suspect held a gun to his head and later pointed at officers, which prompted police to open fire.
And there, yeah, you can see in that video the officers approaching the vehicle. You know, our Sky 12 was flying over the scene and captured the moments gunfire hit the car. That suspect was taken into custody and was treated by paramedics at the scene.
It's not yet clear what charges he will be facing, but his identity has yet to be released. So there's more to the story as it becomes available. I'm sure one of those charges will be evading arrest.
Right. You know, Jonathan Gotha was following that story very closely yesterday. So there we'll continue to wait for the details as they come to light. But again, scary stuff anytime a situation like that does happen out on the roadways. Yeah,
and it's one of the kind of rare situations. I know you see a lot of times in the bigger cities like LA and Miami and all those, like those chases on the helicopter. So this was one that we were able to catch in time, and especially the tail end of it, which you saw there, and all that video is on KSAT.com right now. So if you missed out on that from yesterday, you can go and catch up on that story. But I do want to talk Texas Lotto because that jackpot for this game is the largest it's ever been in 12 years.
12 years. Gosh, okay, 76 consecutive drawings, and there's still no winner. So I do have time to throw
you still have time.
Okay, great. Okay,
now it's now sitting at $53.5 million with an estimated value of $33.1 million. The last time it was this big was back in 2010 when the jackpot reached $97 million.
And however, the largest lotto, this is actually pretty interesting, the largest was actually back in 2004, June 19th, where it was, wait, $145 million?
So
God, what would you do with that much stuff? Yeah.
I don't know what I would do. I mean, I think the possibilities are endless.
They're endless, yeah. I love having that scenarios play out.
So if you're getting that itch to try your luck today with the next drawing, you might want to take the chance, Stephen.
I'm getting an itch, Erica. I think I'm getting an itch to do it.
What would you do if you won?
I would...
Would we not see you at KSAT the next day?
Yeah, I always like to still come into work, but I also will say this, donate to some sort of nonprofit organization. I love, when you have that much, you got to give as much, right?
Yeah.
So, and then my parents pay off any debt. Our producer, Robert, would love some sort of donation as well, okay?
Justin, what would you do if you won the Lotto?
What would you do? Yeah, Justin?
Oh, man,
I don't know. Would you show up to work?
I still would come to work because I love weather. I'm a weather nerd like that.
Oh,
that's great.
Yeah.
Overachiever.
Fantastic.
I'm not going to win, though. Yeah,
okay.
They're stacked against
Super
me.
pessimistic. Anything could happen.
I know.
You never know. You never know.
I have a feeling there's going to be some very interesting graphic behind you.
Yes.
I see basketball.
Speaking of odds, NCAA tournament, my favorite time of year.
Is it really?
It is. It really is. I love March Madness.
Okay.
So we're doing an NCAA tournament weather-related question here. So which of these NCAA tournament teams does not have a weather-related mascot? So 3 of them do, 1 does not. Your choices are A, Miami, B, Texas Southern, C, Arizona State, or D, Iowa State.
So I think it's Miami Hurricanes. So
I didn't know that.
Okay, good job.
Is Arizona State like Dust Devils or something like that?
I don't even know.
Or something close to that.
What is
so I'm
you're on the right
between
track.
B and D. I'm gonna say
Haley?
B.
D is Cyclones.
So then B. Process of elimination.
Hey, look at you guys.
Did I win?
Sure.
What did I win?
We're just
You win. You don't win the lottery, but you do win the Weather 101 today.
What are the Texas Southerns?
Texas Southern are the Tigers.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like, there was a Dust Devil or some kind of
Miami
devil.
Hurricanes, Texas Southern Tigers, Arizona State Sun Devils, and Iowa State Cyclones.
I was close. I said Dust Devils.
Why are they all weather related? That's a very interesting thing.
You got Hurricanes in Miami.
Hurricanes in Miami, and then Arizona. They have.
But why are Iowa State Cyclones?
Tornadoes.
Cyclones, though, but I'm thinking like.
Well, cyclones are an old name for tornadoes.
Okay.
So there you go.
All right.
Fun stuff.
Good times.
Good connection there. Basketball and weather, 2 of my favorite things. All right, KSAT 12-hour forecast. 65 at 2 o'clock. We'll be up around 70 this afternoon, mostly cloudy. And look for temperatures staying in the 60s tonight. Now, we get a lot more moisture coming in tonight, so the humidity increases, and we could start to see a couple of showers by tomorrow morning. And tomorrow's going to be an interesting day because we're watching this area of low pressure out near California. That energy moves in our direction, and then we could start to see some severe weather Late tomorrow, this is the risk for severe weather. So the most extreme risk is going to be up here around Dallas and Shreveport, but we'll get the tail end of things. There could be some scattered strong to severe storms where we are. Primary threat's going to be winds up to 70 miles per hour with a line of storms. Really, the entire area could see some stronger storms, but the best risk locally is where you see this darker pink color. So let's walk you through the forecast here. 4 o'clock today, not much there. By tomorrow morning, though, we will start to see a few showers showing up. 30% chance of rain, lots of clouds. And then by midday tomorrow, still a couple showers, but we may start to see some clearing tomorrow afternoon, which would boost temperatures. Notice there's not much on the radar at this point either. We're still going to keep it a 20% chance just in case a thunderstorm gets going. But really, it's late tomorrow night into early Friday where we really start to see the fireworks. Here comes our front. And then by midnight, you're going to see storms really developing along the front, some of which could be strong to severe. This is around 1 a.m., 60% chance of rain. That line moves through, still some lingering storms behind the front. This is 3 a.m., and then even some lingering showers into early Friday morning. At this point, it's not only going to be sort of damp, but windy. We've got northerly winds gusting close to 40 miles per hour across the area, and on top of all that, it's going to be cold. Look at the wind chills Friday morning. 37 is what it feels like here in town, 32 in Bernie, 31 in Kerrville. It is going to be really cold by March standards as we get into Friday with that cold air coming in. So let me show you the 7-day forecast. There's a 60% chance of storms, windy on Friday, 30% chance of morning showers. With a little bit of sun in the afternoon, it should get temperatures up above 50, but it's going to be chilly even on Saturday, mostly cloudy around 50. And then look at Sunday and Monday. Highs only in the upper 40s. 40% chance of showers, and it'll be just chilly and wet and damp, especially as you go back to school and work on Monday. Jackets and umbrellas, and spring officially starts on Monday.
I'm not okay with this forecast.
No, neither am
I had already put up my sweaters and my jackets.
No, got to unfold
Get
them.
them back out.
I told you, plans were to go to the Hill Country on
right.
Friday. I need to text my friends because we were going to go to Fredericksburg.
Oh, yeah, probably not a good
Probably,
day for
I mean, you said, it's going to be
You
cold.
could be inside one of the wineries next to a fire, and it could be really nice.
Well,
if you find one that has a fireplace.
I don't know. I don't know.
yeah, that's good. We'll start looking that up, Justin.
Okay,
Well,
all right.
Thank you.
Fair enough.
Thanks, Justin, for that wonderful spring break forecast.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the 37th South by Southwest TV and Film Festival happened this week with our much missed RJ Marquez and special media producer Andrew Milson covering the event.
They have a new movie by Julio Torres called The Problemista. Has a star-studded cast like actor Tilda Swinton and musician RZA. RZA. Sorry, I don't know who that is.
RZA, that's how you say his name. That's how RJ said it in the package.
I missed it. But you know what? I need to head over to KSAT.com for that information because it also includes, I know this much, a well-known San Antonio actor, James Scully, who plays Bingham in the film.
Scully graduated from NESA, that is the Northeast School of the Arts, and began his career doing local theater. Another prolific movie maker called Fidel Ruiz Healy also comes from San Antonio, this time directing a horror comedy short titled Dead Enders, which also premiered at South by Southwest.
Filmed entirely right here in the Alamo City back in 2021, the movie's about a bored young girl working at a gas station while dealing with mind control bugs taking over the world. That sounds pretty interesting.
Does sound interesting.
Yeah.
We'll have to check that one out. Look it up.
I'm still kind of like embarrassed. I said RZA. It's RZA. I don't know.
Remind me to tell RJ about that one.
Yeah, we could.
So
I'm not hip with
Steven
the times.
Stone.
I'm just going to stop talking.
Anyway, South by Southwest has grown so much over the years. It just had its film festival.
Yeah.
There's a tech festival, and now we get into the music portion of the festival, which RJ will have more about that.
And
music
it's just to
festival
add
today.
to that, it is also great to see people come back together, with the pandemic really shut things down for a lot of people. So we know that the technology, the creativity has been brewing for quite a while. So again, RJ Marcus has had his hands full, but his coverage has been fantastic. He's been having a great time with.
Oh yeah, he's all right. Him and Andrew
he'll be
are good.
okay. Yeah,
they'll be fine.
Yeah, we got it covered here, guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining
Yes.
us today. We will see you back here tomorrow at 11. Bye.
RZA.